Meant of speaking, and let me just ensure everything is good. Everything is great, and it is a great start to the day. So I'm excited, and I'm always excited. And I'm excited because I do feel a change. I feel a change within myself. I feel a change within my environment, but more so, I feel the incredible act of what's up, I am Frey, the incredible act of that change that's happens when we accept where we are in life. And that acceptance is a powerful space because I'm sharing the accepting where you are with the belief of, okay, so am I staying here? Am I shifting? Am I changing? Am I calling in something else? Am I transforming my life? And that is beautiful. And I claim that because I find a beautiful space of getting angry at where you may be currently. So instead of that thought of things are terrible, things never go my way, I'm shifting and speaking of a space of, yeah, I'm angry at where I am currently, and that's why I'm changing. That's why it's on me. That's why I'm working out every day. That's why I'm creating that business. That's why I'm starting a new job. That's why I'm ending this relationship. Because there's a beauty in saying, you know what? This ain't it. This ain't it, and I don't want it. And I know because I've used that to be a powerful space of change. It's slightly where I am now, but not quite because I share, use everything to your advantage. If you do not like how you are showing up, allow that to create a discomfort and an anger where you say, I'm transforming me. I'm loving me. I'm transforming my life. What's up, T? And what's up, everyone on my YouTube Live? Because I now stream on both. I'm on both TikTok Live and YouTube Live. And it is wonderful to see those hands and see the high hope from T and everyone who does show up for me. And I labeled this Get Obsessed with Yourself because I found a beauty in that. And anyone who's new to my lives, I am shifting. I'm in a different space. My father passed away at the end of December. The service was 3 weeks later, so mid-January. And I had to shift. I'm still in that shift. And I shifted from my home in Hawaii to my family's home in California. I shifted to enable myself to be more of a support system for my family, specifically my mother and our family home and everything that goes along with the loss of someone great, such as a parent. And that shift can create that discomfort. And I'm sharing this because there is a space where I could have allowed that to say to myself, this is terrible. I don't like this. This is uncomfortable. Why is this happening to me? This shouldn't be happening to me. But I'm always in a space of power. I'm always in a space of, this is not happening to me, it's happening for me. I'm always in a space of, I am growing in this. So, how can I make this work for me? Well, I chose to say, let me pour into myself in this time. Let me allow myself to grow. Let me allow my frustration or discomfort to breed or break what is the former version of me. And this is why I entitled this Get Obsessed with Yourself, because I just decided to pour into me, to love me, to give myself more time, more compassion, more love. Because I saw a space where I was looking outward and saying, this should be, this is what I want. No, I'm going to turn this back on to me and say, actually, let me pour into me. Let me do more affirmations. Let me drink more water. Let me go on more walks. Let me sit with me. Let me analyze me. Let me do things that add to me to create what's next. Instead of looking outside of me and saying what's not there and what I don't have, I'm pouring into me. And I find that that's a powerful space of transformation, because then you're in the space of, oh, I get to direct this ship. I get to direct this. This isn't something outside of me that's pushing me. It's me. It's me. So what can I do? What can I do to love myself more? What can I do to show up for myself more and be more secure with myself? How can I do this in this day? And I'm sharing this because this is exactly what I'm doing now. And anyone on my YouTube, I do have affirmations and meditations, and I got to find what's for me. To step outside of myself and look at myself and say, this is what is currently. But what do you want to build yourself into? What do you want to work yourself out of? Where are we going? Sometimes that frustration is coming from an aimless place. You're frustrated because you actually don't know where you're going. How are you supposed to have direction when you don't know the direction to go? And this is all great. I'm sharing this because if you don't have an exact direction, just set your direction. Sometimes it takes that realization of, oh, I actually don't have a direction. That's why I'm frustrated. I don't know which way to go because I'm just directionless. I don't have an aim. I don't have a goal. I don't have a direct place that I'm going to. So that will create confusion, because if you don't know where you're going, you really aren't going anywhere. And I share that because that is a great space for transformation. That is a great space to say, if I don't know where I'm going, let me choose now. If I don't know where I'm going, let me decide, what do I want? Where do I want to go? It doesn't matter the amount of time it will take. Let me just take the time to find out where I want to go, to find out what I want, to choose the direction, to choose what I am building myself into. And that really starts with that love of oneself. That really starts with, hey, I think I'm wanting validation and attention from others because I'm not seeing myself. I'm not allowing myself to fully blossom, to fully bloom. And so here are a few tips to do that, because none of this is a negative space to be in. If you're directionless, all you need is the direction to go. If you don't have a goal, all you need to do is figure out, well, what do I want? Where do I want to go? If there's nothing that you're working towards, that's a beautiful space of, what do I want? What do I want? And that's very simple to get into that space, to know exactly what you want. You have to ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want out of life? What do I want out of a relationship? What do I want out of my financial goals? What do I want out of a career? What do I want out of how I dress and show up every day? What do I want out of my health? What do I want out of my fitness or my fitness goals? What do I want out of where I'm living? Do I want to stay where I'm living? Do I want to buy a house? Do I want to travel and rent Airbnbs every 6 months or every year? What do I want? What do you want? To ask yourself these questions is to say, okay, I don't know what I want. Sure, that's a great space to be in. Maybe I need to go on Pinterest and Google and look at different apartments or cities around the world and dream. Maybe I will look at a new gym or a new workout class or something outside, maybe yoga. Maybe I don't want a relationship because the relationship I need to build is within myself. Maybe I don't know about my financial goals because I actually don't know money. I don't trust myself with money. I've never had money. I have money, and the only thing I know with money is to pay bills. Maybe I need to teach myself finance. I can go onto YouTube and look up money or better money practices or how money can be used to leverage what I do or don't have. But it takes, first of all, seeing where you are and asking, where do I want to go? Where am I currently? It doesn't even matter how you got there. That's a whole nother discussion. And oftentimes I think how you got to that place isn't as important. Where do you want to go now? And that actually includes saying, hey, I get to drive this ship. And that is the most incredible feeling, because when you realize that you are the vessel that can get you wherever you want, that is powerful. Then I have control. It's not everything outside of me, it's me. It's not that they didn't give me the job, or they didn't give me the degree, or they didn't give me my self-worth, or they didn't tell me I'm beautiful. No, I can tell myself I'm beautiful. I can create the job or find the job. I can travel. I can get the house or the dream apartment, or live outside the country. It is up to me. It is on me. That is powerful, and I will go forward as such. And I believe a powerful mechanism for that is pouring into yourself. Now, what does that mean? That means analyzing, how much do I like myself? How much do I love myself? Do I actually know what that is? How do I feel when I walk into a room of people? Do I feel self-conscious? Do I feel like people are picking me apart? Do I feel unattractive? Do I feel not worthy of being in the room? What do you feel when you are around the presence of others? Because that will tell you a lot about how you see yourself, how you build yourself. Right? So, the first question, how do I feel about me? That question will lead to, how do I feel when I'm in the room with others? How do I feel when I'm around the people closest to me? Maybe my family or my close friends. Do I feel that they respect me? Do I feel that they see me? Do I feel that they hear me? Do I feel that they have their support? I have their support? Ask yourself that, because that will tell you a lot about where you are going and where you are currently. Another powerful tool is to look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. Because as weird as that may seem, you may feel something. You may feel like, I do love myself. You may feel, I don't love myself. Why would I love myself? No one loves me. No one's ever loved me. I feel terrible. I feel disgusting. I feel like this is dumb. Why would I do that? These things will come up in your body to show exactly where you are. And from there, again, let me repeat this. None of this is a detriment to you. All of this is to build you. All of this is to tell yourself, hey, maybe I need some work here. What's up, Golden Girl 7? Maybe I need more love. Maybe I need to release the pain of the past, or release how others have not sewn into me, or release how others have said, you aren't valuable, you aren't worthy, you aren't worthy of love. I am so happy you're good. I hope it gets to great, Golden Girl. And these are the tools, this is why I labeled this Get Obsessed with Yourself, to get obsessed with yourself. Look in the mirror and just say, I love you. Then Fill that in with your name. I like to say, first, I love myself with a big smile in front of the mirror with no clothes on. And then I'll say with my name, I love you, Hope. See what comes up. See what you feel. See how that feels to actually say that, because something may come up, and that is great. What's great about that is you can, I love you too, Daryl. I believe this is a powerful tool because it is gauging how you truly feel about yourself. And you can't get obsessed with yourself if you don't actually like yourself. Yes, affirmations are great, and we will get to that. That is the next step. How do I mean it and believe it? You just keep saying it. Leah, you have to keep saying it. Because if you're asked, and I will call you in, as I said, I call you in, not call you out. And this is a question on my TikTok Live. I'm also streaming on YouTube Live on my Hope is Speaking channel. When you say these things to yourself, if you feel I don't believe that, that is the best part. Because now you see where you are at. If you look in the mirror and say, I love myself. Ooh, no, I don't. Great. Excellent. Now I see there's a little work to be done. Let me keep doing this. Let me keep doing this. Because the more that, the point isn't to say I love myself and feel that restriction or feel that pushback and then say I'm never going to do it again. The point is to say it, feel what comes up, and continue to do it. Continue to do it. When I spoke yesterday, which was the new moon, and I'm sharing this because moons can be used as consistency. The new moon is 2 weeks away from the full moon. So if you start today saying, I love myself, I love myself. My name is Leah. Leah, I love you. I love myself. Leah, I love you. You say that. Do that for 2 weeks. Check in at the full moon and say, hey, how am I feeling? How am I feeling? Exactly. Yes, Leah, it comes up. That is the best part. And congratulate yourself, because there would have been a time where you wouldn't even have done it because you knew that was going to come up. That's a part of the process. And again, as a professional speaker, words are important. It's not that you tried, you did. We're kicking out tried. I tried to do it. No, you did it. You can't try to drink a cup of water. You either drink it or you don't. You can't try to get up in the morning. You either do or you don't. So even that knowing of, let me change my words. I did it and that came up. Excellent. You're right on track. You're right on track. Let it come up. Let it come up and say, oh, I feel that. I feel that restriction. I feel that negativity. I feel when that friend or that parent or that person said that and it hurt me. Whew, okay, I can release that and I will continue. I also believe with mirror work or journaling, with affirmations, journaling is important because then you can say, as I said, I love myself, I felt that restriction come up. Because then you're getting it out. There's the beauty of getting that out of your body, out of your being. It's been wanting to be released. So release it. Let it go so you can grow. That's the point. The point is on day 1, you will feel that restriction. On day 30, you'll be saying, man, I'm so proud that I continued. And it's more of that because, yeah, I love myself. I like to supercharge it. I incredibly am in love with myself. I am so deeply in love with myself. I respect myself more than I ever have before. Adding those words adds extra vigor to what you're saying. Adding that emotion adds an extra punch. So instead of I am beautiful, I am incredibly beautiful. I am incredibly powerful. I am incredibly strong. I am incredibly forgiving. I'm incredibly worthy of love and the best relationship because I'm worthy of it. And it may take time to get to that. It may take time to get to that. However, the fact is you've started and this work is important for you. It's important for you. It's worthy of doing this for you. It will feel good for you. I advise do this right when you wake up. I've shared many times, my morning routine is extremely protected. As soon as I wake up, I don't have my phone in my room, but I will have my laptop close and I will turn on powerful morning affirmations. I've been listening to someone on YouTube that does like this baddie meditation where it's like, I'm incredibly powerful. People are obsessed with me. Like immediately hearing that instead of looking at bills and thinking about the stuff I don't want and I'm immediately turning on at least for an hour, but it's usually the first 2 hours, powerful meditations of what I see in me and my life. So as soon as I wake up, those are on. In addition, during the night, I'm listening to subliminals. So at night, I have these 8-hour tapes of self-concept subliminals or money subliminals, something that is actually reprogramming your subconscious. I have that during the night. I have to do these things because as a speaker, this is a tool, but this is also a gift, and it is really a spiritual gift. It's almost like I'm healing with my words. So I pour into myself a lot. I'm never speaking of something that I'm not actively doing, have done, or have experienced. This is going to take active, diligent work daily. Daily. To show up like this, to show up in your power, to show up so confident that no matter what anyone says, I don't care. I ain't worried about what people say. I feel great. I'm healthy. I'm protected. I mean, people will have their opinions. That's fine. Go ahead and have your opinions. But what is your opinion of you? How do you feel about you? How do you feel when you look in the mirror? How do you feel when you go to sleep? How do you feel about yourself when you wake up? That is the most important factor because that will lead you through your day. Because if you wake up not feeling worthy, not feeling beautiful, feeling stupid, feeling just not smart, just feeling like I don't have anything to offer to the world, that's going to show in every interaction. If someone accidentally cuts you off in traffic, you're immediately going to snap. And why did they do that? This always happens to me. They don't even know you're there. They don't even see you. Step out of that. And I use that example because that's how quickly it goes. One thing during your day will cause you to spiral back into that disconnect of yourself, back into that lack of love and worthiness within yourself. So when you start with that power of, I'm okay, I'm doing great, I love myself, I am healthy, I'm worthy of love, I'm worthy of a relationship, I'm worthy of this job or this dream or this goal, I'm worthy of sharing my voice, I'm worthy of sharing my opinions and my gifts to the world. That shifts how you show up in the world. It shifts how you show up for yourself. It shifts how you just show up. So first thing in the morning, journal. Keep a notepad, a piece of paper. It can be an old letter, anything. Keep a pen and a piece of paper, and as soon as you wake up, just start writing. If you're not feeling that good, write, I'm not feeling good and I am feeling better in this moment. Immediately start correcting this negativity that comes out of your mind. Because if you don't, it easily compounds. And to be fully in love, invested, and obsessed with yourself is to see what's going on. What's going on in my brain? What thoughts are constantly circling? Get them out. And do that ridiculous action of writing the opposite. I don't feel good, and that's okay, because in this moment, I feel great. In this moment, I feel healthy. In this moment, I feel strong. In this moment, I feel beautiful. Write that. It may not be a full page. Set yourself up for 3 minutes. 3 minutes, I'm just going to write whatever's on my mind. The next 3 minutes, I'm just going to write positive statements about myself. This is how it starts. And again, this is right when you wake up. First 3 minutes, whatever's on my mind. I'm hungry, I slept well, I didn't sleep well, I'm thinking about this person, I hope they're thinking about me, I'm going to work. Get that out. Get that out of your brain because it's just been sitting. Let it go. And for me, it's actually a full page. But start in small increments. Here's the other thing. Oftentimes, it's like with working out. I'm going to work out 2 hours every day. No, you're not. You won't. You got to give up because it's too much. Start with, all right, I haven't worked out in years or months or whatever specific time. I'm promising myself to move my body 10 minutes a day, 3 times a week. Start small and build. Because what that will build in you is number one, consistency. And consistency sets you up for your confidence. Because when you see that I have consistently moved my body for 10 minutes, 3 times a week, and I've done that 4 weeks in a row, wow, I can hold myself accountable because I did it. It's not about doing this long workout. It's about consistently showing up. And I shared movement because movement doesn't have to be in a gym. I don't like gyms. I don't care to be in the gym. I'm too hot, sexy, and tempting to be in the gym, okay? I walk into the gym and people get nervous. They say, how could I get like that? I am going to push you to go harder in the gym. But sometimes I say, I don't know if they're ready for all this beauty. Not in the gym. Nah, let me take this out to the world. Let me go for a walk. Let me go for a jog. Let me put on my new workout outfit and show the world. Like, let me inspire some other people. But I love being outside. So I do my sexy walks. What's up, Tree? Hey. I do my sexy walks, or I'll do a sexy run, or I'll dance. Dancing is a great workout. And I'm sharing these things because a workout doesn't have to be in the gym. In fact, I don't care about that. Now, I have had much time in the gym. I have had many lifetimes in fitness. So I have had the life of a gym rat with the hot trainer. I would suggest, regardless of your gender, a hot trainer will always get you in tip-top condition, baby. I can tell you that. No, we don't have too much energy. I don't speak that onto me, Tree. Maybe that is your belief. I have just the right amount of energy for me, but nothing is too much. What I have is perfectly placed for me. Careful of your words, because that may lead to a space of discomfort. I don't have too much. Maybe someone else may say that, but me, I have the perfect amount of everything. There's that. So with the working out, no. I understand. It's not bad. Also, here, I don't see things as bad or good. It's all neutral. For me, it's enough. For somebody else, it's probably too much because you ain't enough. For me, there we go. You see how I flipped that? And I love you, Tree. I did not take it in any negative way. So I use this option of working out because that's how you really have this obsession with yourself. When you're feeling good, when the blood is flowing, when you're sweating and your skin starts glowing and you see the transformation in your body. That transformation leads to your own personal transformation. So starting with just changing your body, working on your body daily, speaking well of your body. A lot of people just speak so terribly of their body. I'll love myself when I lose the weight. I'll love myself if I didn't gain the weight. I'll love myself. No. You got to love it now. You got to love it now. Because if you're pushing it off and saying, I love it when, that is saying you're not good enough in this moment. No, I'm great in this moment. And I'm continuously adding to myself in this moment. I'm continuously adding to my body in this moment. I am continuously adding to my health in this moment. I'm continuously adding to my well-being in this moment. I am continuously loving my body in every moment because my body has taken me through my life. I'm not only loving my body when it's in perfect condition, I'm loving it now. It got me here. It kept me safe. It kept me strong. It fought off illnesses. It still functions after everything I've done to it. I'm loving my body now. Speak life and love into your present being, into your existence. Do that instead of the opposite. I'll love it when my skin clears up. No. Start speaking to your skin now. Start saying, I love my skin. I love the clarity of my skin. I love how my skin glows, even if it isn't so. Even if it isn't so. Because you may be saying the opposite, and that's not growing your love, your obsession, your liking, the respect of yourself. There's also a space of compassion that you have to give to yourself. Meaning, to be obsessed with you means to say, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for talking negatively to myself, to my accomplishments. Yeah, self-love is the real love. That's what calls people in. Thank you for saying that, Tree. And I'm sharing this because this obsession with yourself will call everything you want in. That person you want is definitely going to feel when you are fully in love with yourself. You are glowing, you're happy without them. You're not chasing them. You're not saying, did they call me? No one wants me. No. I love me. Baby, I'm doing great. Everyone would want me. Why wouldn't they? I am content with me. I'm doing great things in life. I'm hydrating my body. I'm growing within myself. And thank you for continuing to like and share the live. Let's get these likes up on my TikTok live. But it will take you, number one, how I started this live. First of all, where am I currently? Do I even like myself? Do I like where I live? Do I like my job? Do I like my current state of being? Do I like the incredible health of my body? Ask yourself these questions so you know where you are. Then you know, okay, this is how I'm feeling. Now let me recreate. And I can share this because I've done this so many times. I'm doing this now. I'm in this huge transition in my life. I have shared with my hopefuls, which are my followers on TikTok, I had an incredible challenge. I didn't say something bad happened. Notice my words. Learn to select your words because a lot of your discomfort are in the words you're choosing. That's bad. It's a challenge. A challenge is to grow into. A challenge is to be defeated. A challenge is to be accomplished. And that challenge of my father dying at the end of December was a challenge. That's an incredible shift in anyone's life. That was an incredible shift in my life. And I share that because so many of us have encountered these challenges. Be it a loss of a person, be it a loss of a parent or a child or a friend or someone in our life, be it a loss of a job or a home or something that you had that you did not think you would lose. I use that as the catalyst for my change because it is challenging. It is challenging. And I had to look at myself and say, yes, this has happened. Yes, I am growing through this. Yes, I am going through grief. And I'm okay. And I give myself grace and I give myself compassion. and I have all the tools. And I share this because, again, I often say I seek to be the poster child for grief. For grief of a parent, for grief of someone you lost. Because often the thought is, I'll never get over this. This is too painful. I can't go on. You will. You will. You will. Is it challenging? Yes. Are there times where you feel like you will not be able to get out of bed? Yes. Are there sad moments where you will have to just let an expression of tears and just sit in that moment? Yes. Will you grow into a new place within yourself? Yes. Will you grow into a stronger version of yourself? Yes. Will it teach you the tools for when it occurs again in your life? Yes. However, I'm only speaking empowerment in everything I do. That's why on either of my lives, whether it's TikTok live or YouTube live, I will call you in, not call you out. Because until you're aware of the words and the disempowering words that you use in your everyday life, you are unaware of the magic you have to create the power within yourself in what you say. In what you say. In what you say to yourself. In what you say in the moments of growth. I did not say weak moments, your moments of growth. I don't say I never have bad days. I have character building days. I have days that have taught me more things about myself, but I don't have bad days. Oh, I'm incredibly powerful. And the love that I have for myself is the love that I show others. So it's never about lashing out and I gotta tell them. No one needs you to tell them anything. And here's the other thing. You aren't the messenger to teach someone a lesson. We're all learning the lesson in every moment. And I share that because often I hear, well, I need to teach them. No, you don't. You need to continue with your life. You need to continue in your power. Unless someone says, can you teach me that lesson? Leave it alone. It takes every ounce of strength within yourself to continue to build yourself. You don't need to build anyone else. No one's looking for you to build them, to correct them, to strengthen them. Pour that back into you. Because when you pour it into you, when you love yourself and actively work on yourself, meaning asking yourself the questions, how do I feel about myself? How do I feel about my physical body? How do I feel about my professional career? How do I feel about the relationships I have? How do I feel about the relationships that I have in my family? How do I feel I'm showing up? How do I feel about my finances? When you start asking yourself that, you will start to see a lot of the things that you're trying to correct in others is how you're trying to correct yourself. Stop it. It's weak, it's whack, it's done. In this new moon that just occurred yesterday, show up for you. Start understanding a lot of the times that you're trying to say this is what they are doing, this is what they should be doing. It's actually you speaking to you. Forget what other people should be doing. What are you doing for you? How have you loved yourself in this day? How have you forgiven yourself in this day? How have you spoken power to yourself in this day? How have you forgiven yourself in this day? Because if you cannot forgive yourself, you probably can't forgive others. How we show up for others, and this is the true space of obsession of oneself. How you show up for others is how you're showing up for yourself. So if you can't hold space for others, you probably can't hold a space for yourself. Meaning, if you have a moment where you are expressing tears or sadness or feeling a loss and you say, I don't want to feel that. I can't feel that. I'm pushing that away. I don't want to feel this. I don't know if I can handle this. That's probably how you will show up when someone has that expression with you. Meaning, if someone comes to you in a space of sadness or crying, you may push them away. If you cannot forgive yourself and say, hey, I was doing the best I could do, I didn't have the tools to navigate through that. I didn't have the knowledge to know what to do in that heartbreak or when that person spoke to me. I didn't know, so I forgive myself. And I'm better now, and I will show up better now. If you are not able to do that, you probably can't do it for someone else and say, they were doing the best that they can. They don't have the tools. And this is my perspective. You will never know how someone's brain works. Stop assuming you will. You don't. You barely know how your brain works. To say they should have known better, you don't know what people know. Never assume that because of age, because of status, because of educational achievement, because of whatever you see, someone should know better. You don't know what people know. And most people don't know what you know. Give them the grace to just show up instead of saying, well, they should have known. How? You should have sent them the email 10 years ago that they should have known that life lesson. That's where that forgiveness shows up for yourself. You are able to be kinder and more compassionate with others. But until you are there within yourself, forget about it. You won't know. You won't know how. And there's ways to find those tools. You can easily come on to YouTube or TikTok and how can I be more compassionate? You can go on to Google and Google worksheets for compassion, worksheets for being forgiving for myself. Specifically in the sense of the judgment within others. If you judge yourself, you probably judge others. And I'm sharing all of this because, as I've said, if you go to my link in bio on TikTok or to my links on YouTube, because I'm also streaming on YouTube Live, my TED Talk is there. If you click on my TED Talk, which is the first link in my link tree on TikTok, or if you're on YouTube, you can just Google Hope TED Talk Emergency Landing. My speaking as a professional speaker and as my TED Talk, it always comes back to us. It's never anything outside of me. It's me. And as a professional speaker, I'm constantly speaking about what I've learned in life because life is lessons. Nothing is there for me not to learn from. So if I'm saying this person should do this for me, well, am I doing it for myself? Because it comes back to me. Am I doing this for myself? Am I giving to myself? Am I compassionate for myself if things don't go the way that they're supposed to go or how I see they go? Because if you're not, you may have that harsh judgment for yourself. And that harsh judgment for yourself sometimes is learned from our guardians, our parents, the people that were around us, or a protective measure. But seeing, oh, I am really difficult on myself. I'm insanely hard on myself. That truly doesn't grow a more powerful, compassionate, loving person. Let's step out of the space that being hard on myself is a great thing. It's not. Why would you be hard on yourself? You get to love yourself, parent yourself, give yourself what you need. You do not need to be a drill sergeant for yourself. You know how you best respond. Notice, I did not say react. I did not say react. Because to react is not to think. To react is just immediate. To respond is sit and think and say, okay, let me see. How does this feel? Let me take myself out of it. I'm so grateful for my father because from quite a young age, I was taught to take myself out of it. Meaning, if someone is asking something of me, I can take out their tone. I do not feel attacked because of the tone. I can hear if someone says, hand me a slice of pizza. Okay, they want a slice of pizza. I don't care about their tone. I don't care that they yelled. I don't care that they leaned in, because I'm able to remove myself and say, this is what they need. I can toss the rest. But if you are not there, that may affect you. That may affect you. And that's a space of compassion within oneself. When you love yourself, I strive to see me in everyone I interact with. Meaning, I speak kindly to myself. I listen to myself. I will do that for someone outside of me. I am listening. I don't have an inner dialogue. I'm not judging you. I'm not already coming up with a response. I'm sitting and I'm listening. What's up, Brian? Hey, put your son's YouTube channel again, because I woke up thinking about it. I think it was one, like the number one and INE. However, going in hot, safety off, please put your son's YouTube up. And thank you for being here. So to become obsessed with yourself, this is where we started. We started with asking first, assess where you are. Where am I? Where am I? Am I at home? Am I at my apartment? Am I in a relationship? Am I working? Where am I? Instrumental 1. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Where am I? Let me assess where I am. My time as a flight attendant, my 15 years as a flight attendant, what we would do every year, we would have reoccurrent training when we would have to be certified on every door, how to open the doors, how to get our certifications for CPR and all of our medical certifications. But when we were trained on opening the doors in a medical emergency, the first thing we were taught was assess your conditions. Look outside the airplane door window. Assess your conditions. Is there fire? Is there debris? Is there water? Are we on concrete? Assess. I got to assess what's outside so I know how to proceed. Do that in life. What's around me? Where am I? What's going on? Let me assess where I am so I can go forward, so I can make a plan to go forward, so I know how to proceed. Because you're going to proceed differently if a plane is in the water compared to if the plane just slid off the runway. There's a different way to go about it. But you won't know until you assess, right? So we've done the first thing to get completely obsessed with ourselves, which is number 1, where am I? Where am I? Where am I in life? Where am I in my fitness? Where am I in my career? Where am I in my financial life? Where am I in my personal relationships? Where am I in my home life? Where am I? Okay, great. How do I feel about that? Do I feel great? Am I inspired? Am I doing what I want to do? Do I have the money I want? Do I have the relationship I want? Do I have the physical body I want? Because again, then you know how to proceed. You cannot make a guide for what you don't know. So starting with that guide, you know what? I'll make this a guide. How about that, Leah? I'll make this a guide and I will put it in my Linktree as a free download or a free PDF. So thank you for doing that. And let me screenshot this. My Linktree is a free download or a free PDF. So thank you for doing that. And let me screenshot this actual video and put it onto my YouTube channel, which is Hope is Speaking. So thank you, Leah. I think it's Leah or Laya Solo. I will do that, and it will be a free resource guide. So just follow me and subscribe to my YouTube, because I'll make this a resource guide. And I'm also going to record this similar video and put it on my YouTube, so it will be linked in the video description, and with pleasure. I share this because I've done this. When I said, man, and this is why I share about my TED Talk. which is important as a speaker, but it's important as a resource, because when that happened, I had an emergency landing on a plane, and I was in my dream career. Thank you, Leah. I was in my dream career. I was a flight attendant. I lived all over the world. I lived in Europe. I had men all over in different countries. I was just a fabulous life, shopping and all of these things. It was incredible until it wasn't. Until it wasn't. And I had to ask myself these questions, because so often, most people do not have the courage to change. Most people will stay in a space of, this is where I'm at, I can't get a better job, that I can fly for free all over the world, I have all these friends, where else am I going to go? No one else is going to hire me, this is as good as it can get. No, I started to betray myself every time I went back to the job, because I knew there was more in me. But it will take asking those questions. Where am I? How do I feel about where I am? What do I want? What do I want out of my career? What do I want out of my physical body? What do I want out of my relationship? What do I want out of life? A lot of times the frustration comes from, I don't even know what I want. How am I supposed to know what I want? How can I get what I want? Am I worthy of what I want? Because those other questions will come up. But this is powerful, because to just know, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. Then you have direction. Then you have a guide. Then you know, even if the path gets a little wonky, I'm still working towards something. There's still something out there for me. But it will take that. And I also believe in that true love of oneself will get you there faster. Meaning, if I don't love myself, I may not think that what I want is actually for me. So that work is powerful. And I always say it comes back to us. It comes back to me. It comes back to how I view myself. It comes back to, am I picking myself apart? Do I like myself? Why don't I like myself? And I saw those things in me come up. And I said, man, I don't really like I like aspects of myself, but I'm thinking that men don't really want to be in my presence because I am too powerful, or I am too loud, or I have these big aspirations. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, that means I have to limit myself and shrink myself and pretend not to be this person. Okay, how does that make you feel? Not good. Okay, let's go there. You see how that works? I had to see, oh, I'm dimming myself because I want to be chosen. I want the love of others. And I feel that I'm not good enough, so I contort myself and I change myself and I lessen myself and I dim my light and I dim my aspirations and I really not show up as me for the fear that others will not like me, that others will not love me, that others will not choose me, that others will feel that I am not good enough. And that was a powerful space, because then I could say, oh, that's why. That's why when that breakup happened, it solidified I'm not good enough. It solidified I'm not pretty enough, or what the person wanted. No, Hope. It was you saying that's why people don't like you. That's the proof. Because they didn't choose you, you will say, oh, they didn't choose me because I am too much, because I am not enough, because I am not worthy, because everyone does leave me. Now I know why. I'm not doing that anymore. I choose me. If someone chooses another option, that's okay, because I know that I love myself and I showed up in my most authentic self. So I'm okay if it just doesn't work out. But I no longer will contort and change and rebrand and try to be what someone wants of me when I don't even know what they want. I'm just shifting so they can choose me. I'm not doing that anymore. I choose me. And I'm okay if someone does not choose me. If someone does not choose me, that's okay. Everyone has the choices that they make. Why does that have to lessen the love that I have for myself? No, not here. Not going to happen. How about not? And to be obsessed with yourself means to start asking yourself these questions. Asking yourself, why don't I feel whole? Why don't I feel safe? Why don't I feel worthy of love? Why don't I actually like myself? So we've gotten past assessing where we are. We've gotten past asking ourselves these questions. And now we're in a space of, how do I pour into myself? First of all, congratulate yourself for where you have arrived to. Because to do this work is powerful, sometimes not painful, but uncomfortable, because you are the teacher, you are the guide, and you are the student. And congratulate yourself for being in that position. Because it takes a powerful mind to say, yeah, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to get obsessed and love myself. I'm ready for everything in life to be attracted to me because I'm in my fullest form. It's not because of someone else. I attract what I attract. I don't chase. I'm so fully enveloped in me, loving me, respecting me, that things naturally come to me. Opportunities naturally come to me. The best partners naturally come to me because I shine. I'm not seeking them out. I'm not saying, did they message me? I'm not saying, are you going to stay or are you going to leave me? Nah, baby, I know you with the best of the best, baby. Where else are you going to go? It's me. I'm her. I'm her. You ain't never going to forget about hope. I can assure you of that. I can assure you of that. And I share that with you because feel that. Feel that way about yourself. Feel so great about yourself that you know you're undeniable. Do the work. Do the work may mean maybe I need outside resources. Maybe I will look into therapy. Maybe I will daily do affirmations or ask-formations. Maybe I will journal every day. Maybe I will shut out social media for the first hour so I can look in the mirror and say, boy, I'm gorgeous, and put oil on my body and say, my body is healthy. I'm incredibly magnetic. I am smart. I am doing great things in life. I'm doing great things in life. I am proud of myself. How often do you tell yourself that? That you're proud of yourself? Let me remind you of this. You may be saying how you could never be proud of yourself. Stop it. Well, Leah, let me share this with you. I believe that may just be a part of humanhood, especially as a woman. Oftentimes, it is celebrated to put everyone in front of you. It is celebrated to, I'll give you the shirt off my back. I'm not doing that. Get your own shirt. No, I'm not giving you the shirt off my back. No, sorry. You can go in the room and get a shirt, but the shirt that's on my back is staying on my back. It ain't going on your back. Where's your shirt at? I am not going to abandon myself for the love of others. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Denise. Thank you. And this is on my YouTube Live. No, not anymore. Not abandoning myself. There's a beauty in being able to serve and aid. And there's a beauty in knowing your boundary of, okay, that's what I can give. That's what I can give. I'm not going to give more than that because that's within my comfort. That's within my comfort. I'm not giving and giving and giving and giving until I'm depleted and then feeling like, well, when is someone aiding me? When is someone helping me? Because you may get to that point if you're constantly pouring into others. Now, you know where your boundary is for that. And that's a part of learning yourself again, because you have to unlearn to learn. If you were taught you are only wanted and useful when you're always giving to others, you will have to unlearn that. To learn, oh, okay, I'm useful for me. I'm useful for me. I am learning where my usefulness for others stops. It may just be, no, I'm not available for that. It may just be, that doesn't work for me. I'm not comfortable with that. And it may just be sitting in those boundaries. Because trust me, when you say no, when you've never been able to say no, the immediate feeling of, uh-oh, why'd you say no? You need to not say no. You need to say yes. You need to give more of yourself. Say no and don't say anything else. Say no without justifying it. So if someone says, hey, can you help me with this? Your thought may be, no, I can't because I got to work and I got to do this and I got to do that. No. I don't have to justify my no. I do not need to create comfort for my boundary. And that is an ongoing process, because if you're not used to doing that, those feelings will come up. That thought of, I need to say more, I need to justify. Just say no and sit with it. Just say no and know that's good enough. Just say no and grow. And I share not to say anything because the immediate thought is to justify your no. You don't have to. In fact, you're in a new space where no is just the complete sentence. No is it. No is it. And the more that you do it, the more comfortable you become with that no. Hello, renewed soul. Love rises above all. Hello, hello. It will take that love and learning in yourself to set a boundary, which is no, I'm not going. No, I'm not even picking up the phone. There's a space of a boundary of, I don't need to pick up to say I'll call you back. When I have the space, I will return your call. That's even a boundary. That's something to learn. Thank you, thank you. I receive your love. Love rise above all. I receive it, I receive it. Thank you for the rose. I don't need to pick up the phone and say, I'll call you back. When I call you back is me calling you back. And that's even a lesson in teaching others how to treat you from the love of yourself, because it's an ongoing process. When I'm speaking of, just a minute, because I got to verify. When I'm speaking of this obsession with yourself, it's the beauty of, yeah, I don't have the capacity for that. So no. I'm really checking in. Do I have the capacity to meet up with this person? Or am I just meeting up with them because I don't want them to be upset with me saying no? If your response is, I don't want them to be upset with me saying no, that is an area of love that you can pour within yourself. That is an area of love that I can learn to say, yes, Denise, yes, thank you. Where I can say, you know what, it's not about, if I'm wanting their approval, maybe my approval is within me and I need to reinforce that. Maybe I just need to actually use this as a practice to say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. These are all ongoing. This isn't something you do once and you got it. This is something that is ongoing. This is a process where you will learn compassion for yourself. Where you will learn, oh, that's why I was showing up like this. That's why I was always reacting, not responding, because I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I was in a space of love for myself. Good afternoon, Mr. Stewart. I wasn't feeling chosen. I wasn't feeling seen. I wasn't feeling worthy. It's all unfolding. And the beauty of this is let it unfold. What's up, Restoni 59? Let it unfold, because it's unfolding into the beautiful present that is you. That is you. These works, when I say get obsessed with yourself, I mean it. I truly mean having that obsessive love for you, compassion for you, because when you do, it shows. It flows out to the world. You start showing up differently. You start showing up as that more forgiving human being. You start showing up as that more compassionate human being. You start showing up as authenticity that is you. Meaning, I don't need to contort for what I think they want. I'm showing up as me. And I like that. There's less for me to do. I don't have to gauge and say, what do they want out of me? No, I'm doing what I want out of love for myself. And that feels good. And that feels right. And that feels like I'm on the path. The path of love for myself and others. Because that's what it comes down to. When you are fully enveloped in loving and respecting and showing up as you, you allow that to be for others. You allow people to show up. I'm not expecting anyone to do anything for me. I allow them to show up. And out of love, then I operate. And out of love, when I say out of love, I mean it. What is your response if it is out of love? Because there's a lot of responses that won't show up if it's out of love. There's a lot of ways that you won't show up if it's out of love. If I can start to see my beauty, my presence in others, meaning I can see myself in others, I'm going to interact with people differently. If you are an extension of me, there's certain ways that I'm going to talk to you. And it's probably going to be in a kinder way. And this is a practice. This is a daily practice. This is a dedication. Now, if you have a higher power, such as Christianity, this is something where you would say, God, I give this up to God. Let me go read Revelations and feed into myself and allow myself to be more of God or be more of love or be more compassionate. If it's outside of that and you are in a spiritual place, this may be universe. I give all of the frustration to the universe and I call in love and I call in strength and I call in all of the powers that are within me to show up as love, to be love, to speak love. Thank you. Hello, retired Leo Lawrence. Hold on, because someone cannot hear me. Yes, my microphone just gave out, so let me. Okay, you should be able to hear me now. So, there's all sorts of ways to show up in this more loving space. As I said, if there's a higher power such as Christianity, you can give this up to God. You can read Revelations. You can say, God, Lord, strengthen me. Allow me to show up as a more compassionate, loving human being. If this is in a spiritual aspect, you can journal. You can put out, say, I release to the universe and I call in the infinite love that is me, and I choose to speak only of love. If this is any practice that you have, you can plug it in. This is not one size, this is one size fits all. So you just plug it in to how it will work for you. But to do the work means, first of all, assess your situation, assess where you are, assess your conditions, see where you are. Let's see where I am. Where I am in my home life, my financial life, my relationship life, my financial, I already said that, my financial life, my spiritual life, my fun life. Here's the other thing, have fun. A lot of this comes from the fact that we as adults forget that like we're just kids in bigger bodies. And the thought is always, I'm going to work, I'm paying this bill, I hate traffic, I don't like this car, the car is broken, I don't like them, why they calling me? No, I'm having fun. Whenever you see me speak, for the most part, I'm out in the sun. Or I have done lives where I'm on my bike or cooking. Find what is fun for you. Find things that you can get lost in that time period. Do things that are fun. Especially by yourself. I do a lot of things with myself. Let me change that. Not by myself, with myself. With myself. That's the difference. If I go out to eat and they say, oh, are you by yourself? I say, no, I'm with myself. I am my date. Being by yourself is you're lonesome. I'm with myself. I'm with the best person in the world, baby. What you talking about? I'm with myself. I'm with myself. Find the beauty of being with yourself. Sit in those times where you are just with yourself. Draw. Find things on TikTok that inspire you and do them. Whether it's a wine and paint or going skydiving or going hiking or horseback riding or quilting, or find something that you can do that inspires you, that lets the time just pass, that utilizes other elements of you, whether it's creating with your hands, whether it's seeing the beauty because you're on a horse, whether it's just taking a walk and smelling the fresh air. But find something and do it. Find something and do it often. If you don't know what to do, find love in what you do. When I'm drinking tea, I'm so excited to drink my tea. I'm like, oh, okay, this is going to be the best cup of tea. And it's an experience. It's almost like a meditation. It's a ceremony. But if you're rushing through and saying, I just got to get this done. No. Take your time. Thank you. Take your time. Take your time with yourself, because when you take your time with yourself, you'll start to see, oh, okay, I'm rushing because I'm anxious and people are always telling me, hurry up, bring me this. No. I'm chilling. I go in my own time. If things have to be done at a certain time, allow yourself time. That'll bring in discomfort if you're always rushing because you're constantly late. That shows a lack of love for yourself. Because when I love myself, I respect someone else's time. And I also respect my time. So I allow time for me to prepare or get to where I need to be. I'm not consistently late. I respect someone else's time and I respect the time that I have. And I give myself time. I give myself what I need. I always share, do something today. Go buy a new lip gloss. Like, how often have you done that? Go buy a new lip gloss. Go buy a new lipstick. Go buy a new shirt. Buy something where you say, you know what? I'm just going to reward myself today. You can even go to the Dollar Tree and get a $1 lip gloss. It does not have to be that. Hello from India, or hello to India. This is on my YouTube Live. Find ways to love and pour into yourself, because if you're not, how are you going to feel about you? How will you feel about you when you don't ever do anything for you? When you don't give yourself time, when you don't give yourself forgiveness, when you don't speak loving words to yourself, when you don't gift yourself something without feeling upset or bad. I bought this for me, I shouldn't have. No, you did. Accept it. It's beautiful. It's your gift to you. Start using powerful words for you. Start being aware of the words you're using. I had an instance where I was traveling with someone and I had said, hey, are you out of the bathroom? And they said, oh, I'm going in. I just can't find my toothbrush. I said, oh, okay. They said, I'm so stupid. I used it last night and I can't find it. I said, well, it's not that you're stupid. That's something easy to do, just to misplace your toothbrush. The person said, stop it. I want you to stop that. I said, stop what? Okay. You sometimes are your defeat. If you are calling yourself stupid for something as small as misplacing something, how do you really feel about yourself? How do you really feel about yourself? If you can be in a space of saying that to yourself, and there's a saying that says, speak kindly to yourself because your spirit doesn't know the difference. Your spirit doesn't know the difference of you telling yourself that you're stupid compared to someone else. They just know it's an insult. Why would you call yourself stupid over something so small and menial? Furthermore, the blocking of someone saying, hey, that's not stupid. Stop talking to me like that. Okay, that's not for me. Maybe I see something, maybe I see a lack of love in a person, but still that's not for me to repair, and that's just my perception. But see how often you say these things to yourself. Stop doing it. Only speak empowerment to you. Only speak love to you in every moment. Do not say, I'm so dumb. I'm always messing up. You're not dumb. You're not dumb. You're not stupid. You're not any of those things. Stop speaking this disempowerment to yourself daily. That's why you're not showing up in your full love of yourself. Look how you're speaking to yourself. Hi, cool Aaron. Speak love and empowerment into yourself. Speak uplifting words into yourself, especially if you're the only one that's doing it. You are the only one that will be doing it. You are a magnanimous force in your life, and recognize that. Recognize when you are not speaking empowering to yourself. Recognize when you are tearing yourself down. Recognize when you're speaking negatively to others, you're doing that to yourself. If you truly love, respect, care, and see yourself, you would never be in a space of speaking anything that could hurt someone into reality. And I want you to hold on to that. Because as a speaker, as a person in a spiritual self, I see a lot of people are hurt. A lot of people are carrying a lot of hurt. Thank you, Meg8679. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you. A lot of people are hurt. A lot of people are carrying hurts, traumas, things you don't even want to know about. If you knew some of the traumas that occurred in people's lives, especially as children, you would never speak negatively to anyone. Hello, Vandy. But that also comes back to you. I don't even joke about certain things because I know the power of words. I know the power of my words. And the power of my words are the same power that you have. So when I'm sharing to speak empowering words to yourself, I mean it. You may be the only one that does, but you will have to do that, and you will have to do it daily. You will have to be in a space of saying, I'm not going to say that. And I'm sharing that because I was in a conversation with someone. They were sharing with me something that made them uncomfortable that I did. And I started saying, you are, and I stopped. I stopped. And I held that, and I tried again to say, you are. I wanted to say an insult, and I couldn't even say anything. Because I know the power of words. I know the power of my words. And I also understand in conversation or in a confrontation, if I'm at a space of insulting, I feel that I'm not in my power. Because if you have to insult someone in any way, that is a tool to disempower a person. I'm not going to do that. That awareness takes time to get to. However, I shared it because you can get there. You will get there. Thank you, Denise. You will get there. And I recalled that because I will share this, and then I'm going to close the live. I was in conversation with someone where they came to me with something that made them uncomfortable. We spoke about it, and I had shared this yesterday on my live, and they rose their voice. I already know, as an exceptional communicator, if you raise your voice, you already don't have that confidence to continue to speak. Because the raising of the voice is a tool to somewhat switch power or disempower the other person. I realize that. The person also will quickly say, and that's it, this is it, done. Okay, if that is the way that the conversation ends, that also shows that you actually don't really have confidence in yourself. Because a confident communicator would be able to, number one, engage in a conversation in a healthy low tone. Secondly, if a person just creates the stop, that shows a bit of the confidence within themselves to communicate. And I see that. And I seek to respond in love. Now, this is an ongoing process. However, I seek to always respond in love. And after the conversation, it affected me because I always say I'm doing my best at every moment. And I believe all of us are. And I'm going through a transition. I'm still deeply into this place of grief with the death of my father. And in my speaking career and as an entrepreneur and all of these different ailments or elements that are teaching me of myself. And I cried because I thought, I don't realize if the person saw me, but that's not for them to see if there's something that I am growing through. It was not my intention to create the discomfort. However, the discomfort was the person. It was found by the person. And I can quickly release that. So I journaled, I released it, and that is the point, to release it, to not carry it. And then I said, okay, what other tools do I have? And I'm sharing this because we need the tools. I will take a walk and I'll put on my headphones and I'll replay the conversation. A lot of times in arguments or confrontations, an hour afterwards, your responses will come up and you'll say, I could have said this, I should have said that, I could have said this. I will go for a walk for an hour with my headphones so I don't look nuts, and I will replay it. And I will say what I want it to say. and I will say the mean things I wanted to say. I will say the compassionate thing. I will just get it out because it's a running dialogue in my mind. And as I'm walking, I'm getting it out. I'm getting the frustration out. I'm talking out this conversation, how I would see it in that moment. And I can get out the spiteful remarks. And then when that's out, it goes into, okay, all right, how could I be more loving? If I could do that again, what would this look like if I was more compassionate? And I start speaking that, again with headphones, because I'm just out walking on the sidewalk having this conversation, and I start speaking how I would speak if I was more loving. How could I be more loving? How could I be more compassionate? How could I be more in the perspective of this other person? And I'm saying this out loud. And after about an hour, I've spoke it all out, where it's like, okay, that's done. I've released it. I've released the anger. I've released the reeds and all of that. And I got to a spot where, okay, how could I be more loving in that moment? How could I be more compassionate? How could I see it more from their perspective? And by the time I loop back around after my 3 miles, it's like, yeah, it means nothing. I've gotten it out of me. I've actually replayed it. I've said everything I wanted to say to the person. I've said all the mean things. I've said all the loving things. I've said it all to the point where I say, okay, this is done. It's meaningless. It means nothing. In the grand scheme of life, it means nothing. Great. And I shared that because that's a beautiful way to not carry stuff. How often do you have a confrontation or argument and you go to bed thinking about it and you wake up thinking, I'm not doing that. This is, what if you have kids? Please specify. Please specify or clarify just for real. Just her for real. Clarify, because I would love to answer. However, if you can clarify it or set up the situation where I can easily, if you have kids with the person, you can still play this out. This is me taking myself away from the person, going for a walk and talking it out. It's with kids, it's without kids. It's really stepping away from this. Go for a walk, get out of that scenario. Talk it out. Talk it out without the person. And then revisit. So if this is a person that you have kids with the person and maybe there's a conversation and it created some discomfort, leave some space, but go out and have that conversation. Well, then, okay. All right. Just her for real. I hear what you're saying, and let me share the love and compassion I have for you. Initially. And I'm formulating a response. This is on my TikTok live. Someone has asked me a question and I'm formulating the best response for what you have just said. If that is the case, first of all, the beauty is the growth that has transpired within you. So I'm taking it off of the person. This is now within us. So I'm speaking to you specifically. Yes, that happened. I'm acknowledging that there was trauma caused by that person. I'm not negating that. Yes, that caused discomfort and a lot of pain. I'm acknowledging that. Yes, the person removing themselves is difficult. I'm acknowledging that. And the beauty is in the growth that you have allowed within yourself. So when we are constantly focusing or sending that anger from what someone caused us, that is not healing us. That is not bringing us the strength that's within us. And that is actually not staying in a space of our power. There's a power that you have just stepped into for saying, okay, I know this person did this, but I'm going on with these kids. We got a life to live. Do you know how powerful that is? Do you know how powerful that is? When I say stand in your power, you have to see your power. To not be empowered is, this is what this person did. This is what this person caused. This is how this person left me. Actually, this person built me into the strongest human being that I never knew I was. So I know that happened, and thank you for that. Thank you for allowing me to be chiseled into this incredible strength. Thank you for my kids now seeing this role model of someone that said, this is what was handed to you, and this is what I made it into. Thank you. Actually, I'm going to send you love. I never thought I could, but I'm going to open my heart to heal. I'm going to open my heart and say, I love you for what you allowed me to grow into. I'm no longer going to sit in a power of, you did this to me. No, you did this for me. Thank you. I know this is a radical statement, but I am the most powerful being because this occurred. I am the most powerful being because now my children get to see, oh, sometimes things happen, but we learn and grow to continue. Oh, I know you ain't no good, but I'm going to shift that statement and just say, I love you for what you are and for what you are not. Because I didn't know I had this in me. I didn't know this was in me. I didn't know I could grow into such an incredible strength and take my family and continue to be healthy and strong and love myself after that heartbreak. I had no idea. So thank you, and I love you for it. You understand how that works? It's about shifting whatever that has happened into the power for what it grew us into. That's what I'm speaking about. That's that true obsession of yourself. But I know what you did, but listen, look at me now. I'm fine. I'm glowing. My kids are thriving. If and when you come back around, my love for you is there. My love may be the boundary, but thank you. And from now on, I'm just going to sink into a deeper space of love for myself. And from that will birth the love for what this turned me into. So I'm no longer in a space of anger. I don't need to pick that apart. I wouldn't have turned into this without that. So I love you for that. I may not want you around me, but I give love to that. I give love to myself, and I'm proud that I was able. I see it differently. My kids see this. My kids see the ability to shift everything into the power for them. Okay, that's what I'm choosing. That's what I'm choosing. So just her for real, I hope, because that's my name, I hope that was helpful, because these things do, I like to share that things aren't happening to us, they're happening for us. And at times, the beauty is realizing what it birthed you into, what it bore, how it chiseled you into what you are now. Thank you, Cool Aaron. So I am now going to, actually I have some other things to work on. I will be posting on YouTube today, and I will put some helpful guides. There's just things that I'm finding with pleasure, just for her, for real. And understand that's an ongoing process. This is something you will have to do, say, and be every day. There are days where you will have more strength than others, but just continue just continue. Please don't leave. I will come back on, maybe I'll come back on later today, but I do come on every day. So subscribe to me here on TikTok, subscribe to me here on YouTube because I stream on YouTube Live. I have to prepare my speech because I'm a speaker. I'm speaking at my high school in 2 weeks. And there's some other resource guides that I am doing. I have a speech to give tomorrow. With pleasure, Leah. With pleasure. That's a part of it. I may just come on later today. I usually come on like later in the evening. So set your notifications because I do not have a scheduled time. When I feel inclined to speak, I come on. And this is what I do. Anyone who is on either of my lives, if you go on TikTok to my link in bio, you can see all of my links with my YouTube channel, my Snapchat, my Amazon storefront, my microphone that went out, but it's fantastic. If you would love to donate in any way, I have my Cash App and Venmo. I also have my YouTube, as well as if you would like to work with me as a creator, if you would like for me to speak either virtually or in person, as well as getting in contact with me for some other thing. And this is what I do. And I always share to watch my TED Talk because that gives so much relevance to the message that I give. I appreciate you just for real. I am constant. I'm grateful. So thank you. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So thank you. I'm grateful.